fast-paced world of basketball, the pick and roll stands as one of the most effective offensive strategies, capable of dismantling even the most formidable defenses. As players weave through screens and make split-second decisions, defenders must be equipped with a robust set of strategies to counter this dynamic play. But how can teams effectively neutralize the pick and roll? What are the key adjustments defenders must make in real time to thwart their opponents? And how can understanding the psychology of both the offensive and defensive players lead to a more successful defense? This video into the intricate art of defending against the pick and roll, exploring various defensive strategies, player communication, and the importance of adaptability on the court. By examining these elements, we can uncover the secrets behind successful defensive tactics that not only challenge the offense, but also instill confidence in the defenders. Understanding the pick and roll before starting into defensive strategies, it's essential to understand the mechanics of the pick and roll, one of the most fundamental plays in basketball. This play involves two offensive players, the ball handler and the screener. The ball handler is typically a guard or forward who initiates the play, while the screener is usually a larger player, such as a center or power forward. The screener sets a screen, or pick, on the defender guarding the ball handler. This screen is a stationary position that the screener takes to block the defender's path, creating a momentary obstacle. As the ball handler moves around the screen, they gain a brief advantage, often leading to a mismatch or an open lane to the basket. This movement can force the defense to switch assignments or help, potentially leaving another offensive player open. The defense must react quickly to prevent easy baskets. Effective defensive strategies against the pick and roll include switching defenders, hedging, where the screener's defender steps out to impede the ball handler, or trapping the ball handler to force a turnover. Each of these strategies requires precise timing and communication among defenders to be successful. Understanding these mechanics is crucial for both executing and defending against the pick and roll effectively. Defensive strategies. Switching is one of the most common defensive strategies against the pick and roll. It involves the defenders of the ball handler and the screener switching their assignments when the screen is set. This strategy is effective when the defenders are versatile and can guard multiple positions. Advantages. Switching can prevent mismatches and keep the defense balanced. It also disrupts the timing of the offense. Disadvantages. If the defenders are not equally skilled, switching can create mismatches, especially if a smaller defender ends up guarding a bigger player. Hedging and recovery. Hedging involves the screener's defender stepping out to momentarily block the ball handler's path. This tactic disrupts the ball handler's progress, allowing the original defender time to recover and get back into position. By doing so, the defense can prevent the ball handler from easily navigating around the screen and creating scoring opportunities. Effective hedging requires precise timing and coordination between defenders to ensure that the ball handler is adequately pressured while minimizing the risk of leaving other offensive players open. Advantages. Hedging can disrupt the ball handler's rhythm and force turnovers. Disadvantages. It requires excellent communication and timing. If not executed correctly, it can leave the screener open for an easy basket. Trapping. Trapping involves both the ball handler's defender and the screener's defender aggressively double-teaming the ball handler as they come off the screen. This strategy aims to force the ball handler into making a quick decision, often resulting in turnovers. By applying intense pressure, the defense can disrupt the offensive play, limit passing options, and create opportunities to steal the ball. Effective trapping requires excellent communication and coordination between defenders to ensure they can maintain the pressure without leaving other offensive players open. Advantages. Trapping can create pressure and force the offense into making mistakes. Disadvantages. It leaves other offensive players open, requiring the rest of the defense to rotate quickly and cover the open players. Going under the screen. In this strategy, the ball handler's defender goes under the screen instead of fighting through it. This approach is effective against ball handlers who are not strong outside shooters, as it allows the defender to stay between the ball handler and the basket without risking an open shot from distance. By going under the screen, the defender can conserve energy and maintain a better defensive position, reducing the likelihood of the ball handler driving to the basket or creating an easy scoring opportunity. Advantages. It prevents the ball handler from driving to the basket and keeps the defense compact. Disadvantages. It can give the ball handler an open shot if they are a good shooter. Icing or downing. Icing involves forcing the ball handler away from the screen and towards the sideline or baseline. The screener's defender positions themselves to prevent the ball handler from using the screen effectively. Advantages. It limits the ball handler's options and keeps them away from the middle of the court. Disadvantages. It requires precise positioning and can be exploited if the ball handler is skilled at driving baseline. Advanced techniques. Pre-switching. Pre-switching involves switching defenders before the screen is set. This can confuse the offense and disrupt their play. Advantages. It prevents the offense from executing their play as planned. Disadvantages. It requires excellent communication and anticipation. Show and recover. In this technique, the screener's defender steps out to slow down the ball handler and then quickly recovers to their original assignment. Advantages. It disrupts the ball handler's momentum. and buys time for the defense to recover. Disadvantages: it requires quick footwork and timing. Blitzing is an aggressive form of trapping, where the defenders attack the ball handler as soon as the screen is set. Advantages: it creates immediate pressure and can lead to turnovers. Disadvantages: it leaves other offensive players open, requiring quick rotations from the defense. Communication and teamwork. Effective communication is crucial in defending the pick and roll. Defenders must constantly talk to each other, calling out screens, switches, and rotations. Teamwork and trust are essential, as each defender must rely on their teammates to cover their assignments and execute the defensive strategy. Drills and practice. To master these defensive strategies, teams must practice them regularly. Here are some drills that can help. 2-on-2 pick and roll defense drill. This drill focuses on the two defenders involved in the pick and roll. They practice switching, hedging, and trapping against the ball handler and screener. Shell drill. The shell drill involves the entire defense working together to defend various offensive plays, including the pick and roll. It emphasizes communication, rotations, and teamwork. Close-out drill. This drill helps defenders improve their ability to close out on shooters after defending the pick and roll. It focuses on quick footwork and maintaining defensive balance. Adapting to opponents. Different opponents require different defensive strategies, making it crucial for coaches to scout the opposing team and adjust their defensive approach accordingly. This preparation involves analyzing the strengths and weaknesses of the opponent, understanding their key players, and anticipating their offensive schemes. For instance, when facing a team with a strong outside shooter, going under the screen might not be effective. This tactic allows the shooter too much space to take an uncontested shot from beyond the arc. Instead, switching or hedging might be more appropriate. Switching involves defenders exchanging their assignments to stay with the offensive players, ensuring that the shooter is always closely guarded. Hedging, on the other hand, requires the screener's defender to step out and momentarily impede the ball handler's progress, buying time for the original defender to recover. Against teams with dominant inside players, a different approach is needed. Coaches might employ a strategy of doubling the post or using a zone defense to clog the paint and prevent easy baskets. Each defensive strategy must be tailored to counter the specific threats posed by the opponent. Ultimately, the key to effective defense lies in the ability to adapt and communicate. Players must be well-versed in multiple defensive schemes and ready to execute them flawlessly, ensuring that they can neutralize the opponent's strengths and capitalize on their weaknesses. Conclusion: defending the pick and roll requires a combination of strategies, communication, and teamwork. By understanding the various defensive techniques and practicing them regularly, teams can effectively counter this common offensive play. Whether it's switching, hedging, trapping, or icing, each strategy has its advantages and disadvantages. The key is to adapt to the opponent and execute the chosen strategy with precision and confidence. By mastering these defensive strategies, teams can disrupt the offense, force turnovers, and ultimately win more games. Remember, the best defense is a well-prepared and cohesive unit that communicates and works together to shut down the pick and roll.